Welcome back, you all, to the Cerebral Palsy and Fitness podcast. This is David with Liam Tuohy, and he is a fitness instructor and coach, actually a mobile fitness instructor and coach, and he's on the show to share his business with us as well as his life journey and how he got to where he's at today. Welcome, Liam.
David, thanks so much for having me on. I really, really appreciate it.
I'm definitely glad he reached out and inquired about being on the show. And to start out, tell us a little bit about your personal journey. How did you get to where you're at today?
I live with ADHD my whole life, undiagnosed, up until about 2 years ago. Before that, life was a little bit of a mess. Actually going around in circles, doing the wrong thing, struggled to hold a job down, struggled to focus and move forward in life. Got diagnosed, the medication really helped me focus and it essentially changed my life. That's when I started my own fitness business off the back of it. And now I help individuals with ADHD get into the shape of their life, not only physically, but mentally too. That's kind of how it went down for me. Life was a bit of a mess before that.
So, did you, when you were in school, so you had a lot of trouble focusing on various activities, like your schoolwork, maybe, hanging out with people, socializing a little bit. Did you struggle with that
Oh,
at school for the most part?
yeah, yeah,
Just
it was terrible, man. I got chucked out of most of my schools at a young age, mainly fighting. Matter of fact, all of it was fighting.
I know for people like us, that have different disabilities, I know I struggle with bullying a little bit. Did you ever struggle with that? Like people making fun of you or anything like that?
Actually, funnily enough, that's one thing I didn't really struggle with. Never got bullied, but I used to see it. Used to put a stop to that.
Good for you.
See quite a lot of that, especially when I got chucked out of my secondary school and then went to a new secondary school. They used to bully some kid. I'm never forgetting that. His name was Richard. And looking back, I think he had autism or something. I'm pretty sure of that. And with all due respect, he was a bit of a simple kid. He used to walk about with his art folder. He had many friends, ginger hair as well, which made him a bit of a target. All the kids, so-called cool kids, used to take the mick out of him. To throw stuff at him from the back of the class, pencil sharpeners, rubbers, etc. Till I joined the school, stood up, don't ever touch him again, and made him my new friend. And all the so-called cool kids were like, why are you talking to him all the time? Because every time I used to see him, I used to like pull him to one side and, he's my friend. And they couldn't quite get it. But yeah, as soon as I joined, they left him well alone. So yeah, I haven't been bullied personally, but I've seen it.
It's always good to see that you can stand up to someone, and not only that, but you're kind of teaching. It's almost like a teachable moment where you're with your friend, but you're teaching him to you got to stand up for yourself. If I'm here with you, I'm advocating for you, but you can do it too. Like pass along the knowledge. The knowledge is wealth. So if I go here and protect this bully, you expect them to do the same thing. If they're in that situation where they see someone doing the same thing.
Um,
So were you involved in sports while you were in school?
Pretty good at rugby. I don't know if you know what that is. It's same to American football, just
Yeah, I
without
know.
the
I know
helmet.
rugby. Rugby is one of the toughest sports out there.
Yeah, so I was good at rugby. PE teacher said to me that I could have been professional, but I was really good. Like I was fast, big legs, so I could move in and out of players real quick, quite good at dodging, but you know, life just happens, don't it? And I never really carried that on. But yeah, I was really good at rugby, good at running, sports day, good at relay, long jump. I broke the record at school, longest long jump in my years ago when I was young. Yeah, pretty sporty as a kid.
Yeah, so you seem pretty involved when you were a kid. That's a good thing. So with all that physical activity you were involved in combined, when did you start realizing, you know what, I want to get into coaching people, into helping people become better health wise and better mentally as well?
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, I was involved in a lot of crime and stuff. Um, Before I got diagnosed with ADHD, just going round in circles doing the wrong thing. Um, and I ended up getting arrested back in 2021. That's when I thought my life was over. Um, After that, diagnosed with ADHD, almost like a light had been switched back on. I could finally focus again. The medication running through my veins, that is when I registered Too Tough Health and Fitness as a limited company, and the rest is history. Before that, life was a mess. I was just going around in circles. But uh, thank God I got diagnosed, because I certainly wouldn't be here today if I didn't. I know that. I was really, really struggling. I'll never forget when I was driving round a car, up to no good, whatever I was doing. I used to think to myself, am I gonna do if this
You
ends
know,
out? I've got no skill. I can't focus. And it did. And that's when I really had to change my life, if you like. So that's kind of how it started for me. I didn't coaching people.
the fact that you've overcome all of that, and especially because you mentioned you were arrested a couple years ago, and you're able to be so resilient and say, I may have gotten into this kind of trouble, but there's always a way out of it if you surround yourself with positive people, and if you seek help, right away.
Sure.
Which I'm sure at that moment when you were in that situation, you felt like you had kind of hit rock bottom and you didn't know what to do, right?
Yeah, I thought my life was over. I really did, My unfortunately, my little sister went to prison for 12 years. Now that's a whole nother story. You know, Left me feeling quite broken, of course, And then found myself visiting her, telling her that, there's a good chance I'll be going to prison. She'll be getting out, I'll be going in. So, she would have the whole sentence in the end about 7.5 years. So there was a good chance that she got out and I went in. That is what nearly happened. So I found myself visiting my sister with my little brother, and I kind of broke down. It was almost like I'd let everyone down. It was really really hard to deal with. You know, it didn't happen. Have to fight another day, and both me, my sister are good now, and really good progress.
Good for you, and the fact that you've made tremendous strides and tremendous progress, and I hope your sister, you being there for her is a good sense of support, to show that I'm out now, but that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not over yet. Life's not over.
In no way, obviously, no, it's terrible what happened to her, but she's making good strides now. So yeah, yeah, hopefully, she can turn it into something positive and create a little bit of change.
And also you got to think about when you get out of prison, a lot of people when they first get out, they have no idea what to do.
Of
They're
course, yeah,
lost. Everything is new to them. Everything is foreign. You know, Technology has probably advanced since they were in.
yeah.
And how was it for you adjusting coming out? Was it easy for you adjusting to society again, or did you find it difficult?
It wasn't actually me that went. I didn't go anywhere. Thank God I didn't. Didn't go anywhere. It was my sister
Okay.
that did.
Oh, your sister. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so
So it
it's
wasn't me.
it's it's sad, but the fact that you're there supporting her makes a whole lot of a difference because it feels like when you for some people when they go in there they feel like everybody will turn on them, like nobody will
Yeah,
talk to them again and they feel like they lost everything.
of course. Yeah, man,
Are you and your
100%. But
sister
yeah,
close?
man, really
Good,
close. Yeah,
good. It's always good to hear that.
we
And
get on really well now.
is fitness something that you want to get her involved in if she ever kind of reintegrates back into society? Maybe have her join you in what you're doing, your journey, and get her, kind of involved in helping people.
For me, I think she's on her own journey. Sorry about my dog. Excuse me.
It's okay. I have a dog too. It's okay. Oh, you good.
About my dog.
No worries. I have one too. He's running around the house.
What dog you got?
Yeah. I have a Maltese poodle. Yeah, he's a bit of
Got
a
two. He's
firecracker.
really loud, but he's good.
Yeah, mine's good too.
Sorry, I got lost there with my dog.
It's okay. Yeah, so that's awesome, and I'm wishing the best for her when she gets out. Yeah,
She's doing
definitely.
well. I'm so sorry, Dave.
It's all good. It's all good. No worries. So, in regards to your fitness journey, do you have like a website that you use for people to inquire in? Do you have like a book you've written that people can go purchase and read about, certain techniques and things that you do?
Yeah, so if you go to my website, it's liamtuohy.com. It's my first name, second name.com. And find out a bit more about what it is I actually do. There'll be a link there to book a call. If you want to find out a little bit more, um, yeah, I'm all over the internet. Get me on Instagram too, Facebook. I'm a Too Tough Health and Fitness. TUFF Health and Fitness. TUFF Health and Fitness.
What's been the most rewarding part about helping people in their fitness journeys for you?
Seeing the positive and the reinforcement on their life, and especially for someone where this was non-existent, that's a big win. Because there's a lot of people that get into contact with me that haven't engaged in physical activity. So say I see the results and too, that's a massive win for me.
That's awesome. And then to kind of go a little backwards, what's been the toughest part about it? Like, what's been the hardest part for you that you sometimes you feel like, man, I'm trying my hardest, but then I feel like it's not really registering or not resonating with anybody, that you're working with?
Yeah. So I think the hardest thing, especially about being a business owner, is just the unpredictability of it. You never know. Week's gonna pan out. Um, if you go and work for someone else, you're always gonna be like that, right? And it's always gonna be steady. When you're on your own, you're a business owner, it's always like that. Up, um, and then just someone else's dream for the rest of my life. So we'll keep chipping away. And I know that eventually we'll get to where we need to be.
And that's all you can do. Just keep working at it, keep believing in yourself, and stay strong.
100%.
Always 110%, right? Give it 110% and don't give up.
Actually.
And then we talked a little bit about earlier before we started the podcast. I mentioned boxing. Is boxing something you do as a way to stay in shape? Are you like have you gotten into like any events that you've partaken in, professionally with, other boxers, other amateurs?
Yeah, not professional, but yeah, I've been boxing now about 16 years. About 16 years I've been in the ring.
Wow.
I've had 20 fights now. I had my 20th fight a month ago now.
Awesome. Is there a particular boxer you'd actually, if you could, if you had a dream match with any boxer, who would you want to face?
Who would I want to face? I don't know because probably get beat quite badly. I don't know. That's a tricky one because probably get beat, but I don't know. Canelo, I love Canelo, man.
Oh yeah, I've heard Canelo is like he's one of the best boxers in this generation, in my opinion. You know, a lot of people are, you know, he, a lot of people saying he's ducking Benavidez, but I feel like eventually that fight will happen.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, but that for me is a real good fight.
Yeah, I think so too. And everybody's like, oh, they're doing it for the money. I mean, Canelo's a big attraction. If you end up fighting him, even if you lose, you still end up leaving with a lot in your pocket. I mean, and being in the ring, just not only that, but the fact that you had the honor of being in the ring with somebody as good as he is, and
His
that he's willing
caliber,
to, I mean, I
for
hate to say
sure,
it, but
man.
sometimes he sounds kind of, he has a big ego, Canelo. Have you
It's
noticed that? Like during the weigh-ins, he'll act like I mean, he doesn't showboat or he doesn't show off, but he comes off as somebody that has a big ego. You know?
I think, yeah, maybe. I think he might have grown into that. He was never really like that, but I think as time goes by, he racks up more wins. Bound to happen. Not that I agree with it, but as the money and fame is bigger and bigger, it's
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's good though. That you are involved in boxing just for the fact that you stay in shape. And I used to do a bit of boxing myself, but just to be in shape, not anything professional or anything. I just enjoyed it. Just punching the bag and de-stressing, and
the thing, mate.
I felt
100%.
I felt I felt good to just lay it out on the bag at the end of the day after a long day.
For sure. It's the best thing, mate. I can't go a day without doing it.
Yep, yep.
I don't feel
Well, well,
normal.
well, Liam, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to come on here and sharing your story with me, man. And it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me on, Dave. I really, really appreciate it.
And one thing that I like to ask my guest every time before we end the show is if you could give somebody or someone or a group of people a piece of positive advice to overcome the struggles, what would that be?
Focus on what you can do and don't make yourself miserable trying to do the impossible.
I like that. That's good. That's really good. Focus on yourself, focus on that journey. The rest will
Sure.
come, right?
Man, 100 million%. Make sure you go and check me out, guys. www.
Yeah,
dot
that's right. And if you guys want to listen to this episode, you can go to Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and every other major podcasting outlet out there. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay blessed, and until next time. Thanks, Liam.
Dave, thank you. Dave?
Oh, you're welcome. I had a good one. It was a good show.
Yeah, I really appreciate